All right, everyone, welcome to session number 11. We're doing Sitefinity in this particular session, and we've got Bishoy Hanna doing everything. Say hi, Bishoy.
Hi people, how are you? Developers,
That
geeks.
was, yeah, that was awesome. Um, all right, so I'm going to do what I always do, which is now that I've done the worst introduction possible, I'm going to disappear and leave you to it. All yours, Bishoy, over to you.
Okay, this session I'm gonna talk about Sitefinity CMS. I'm Bishoy Hanna. I'm Sitefinity consultant and certified developer, and acting as an application architect sometimes. That's my Twitter hashtag and account. In case you wanna interact with me later, I think after the session. During the session, I'll do my best to handle the questions through the crowdcast. The audience should be anyone who's interested into creating his own website. So we might say the business owners or the decision makers who's really keen about creating a really good looking website in an easy way, manner to handle. It's also for pre-technical sales who's selling CMS products. We have more than CMS product in the market, so that's one of the CMS products I like. By the way, I'm not working in Sitefinity Telerik. I'm just a developer who have used Sitefinity for the last 2 years, and I really enjoyed it. And of course, we are in ANZ Coders, so we are targeting developers as well. Today's agenda with the motorbike is not related. Anyways, so the agenda is we have user perspective, 10 minutes for user perspective, and 10 minutes for developer perspective, and 8 minutes for advanced developer, and Q&A for 2 minutes. So let's start. Okay, I've just created this one. That's CMS needs triangle. I believe that's my invention. I mean, I believe that the most important thing as a CMS is to have a friendly backend. I mean, user-friendly backend that you can use easily and manipulate. And by just a friendly backend and dynamic enough backend, you can create a whole website without the need of even a developer. Of course, that's not enough. We have to involve ourselves somehow. So let's look in the next one. Still, if it has enough built-in modules, still you can finish a whole website without any help. But if you have some custom stuff that you need developers for, you have some custom user interface that you are not able to do without the built-in stuff. So you need a CMS that has extendability feature that you can write your own custom modules in. And finally, the integration. So let's see from a user perspective. By the way, that's a screenshot from Sitefinity. But let's see. The first 3 things I'm going to talk about is the custom layouting, the drag and drop, and the responsive layout. Form builder, we're going to talk into it after. Sorry for that. Let's go for the challenge, first challenge. Okay, so we have, that's the Sitefinity backend. And that's how we use it. That's dashboard, page, content design, administration, this stuff. So let's start by page templates. Page templates are in the coding ways the master page. By the way, as a custom developer or custom development, you can create your own master page or MVC layout and import it to the templates here. But just for our time, let's use one of the built-in templates. So, okay, that's an empty template. And I'll just show you how, with an empty template, you can end up with a really good experience. So, yeah, that's the template. Let's put here some kind of a logo. Here, this one. And here we'll put a text. Okay. I'm selecting an image. I've already uploaded the image before. select an image. I'm building a website for interior design, so let's put this chair as if it's the logo. I've selected the chair. Look at this feature, by the way. You can edit all properties. Okay, save. And I think we can crop it as well from here. I'm not sure. Change image. No, not from this area. Edit all properties. Yes, I'm going to the chair itself to edit. So look at this. You can even go to the image and you can, it's tools dialog. Let's go for the crop. Let's say I will crop it. But yeah, it doesn't need the crop, but I'm just showing you the tool and crop and save. Just for our time, publish. 6 minutes left in the first 10 minutes. Okay, and the content. I was looking to put some sort of a title here. So let's say interior designer. And I'll give it, say, font. So one of the fonts, any font that I will change later to show you how you're gonna change it. Show you another nice feature, which is how to inject CSS. So that's the way it is. So for example, you want to customize this thing. So we'll drag CSS link here, there. And I have this Google font. Style sheet. Shame. Okay, let's take it copy as it is for now. Let's close this one. Here, set CSS. That's the URL. And let's remove this stuff. So now we have a reference to this CSS file. And it says that this is font family open sans condensed. Every time I'm copying something, it copies the whole thing. Anyways. Okay, font family. Control V. Yes. Okay, save. And yeah, it's gonna work. Just publish, even if it. Yes. Let's create our own first page here. Create a page. And let's name it home page, for example. I'm going to use another template, which is the one we have just created. This one. And done. Create and go to content. I think I'm running out of time in the user perspective one. Let's. I'm going to try to go quicker. Okay, let's lay out. Let me check something. Design page templates. Template we created. Yes. one column, one header. Page. Yes. Oh, I've used Bootstrap, sorry. Now we need one column, one header. This is the right one. Design. Now here we are. That's the page, that's the template, and look, even the font has picked up the font we have settled. Let's put some content here. Let's put some difficult or some complicated content. So that's how easy it is to draw your own layout. You can draw whatever layout you would like to, and I can keep adding layouts here as much as I can. And return back to the content, which has all the widgets you can use. So let's drag some images. Yes. And the text here somehow. Yes. Sorry. Give me a second, I'm setting my time. It's still there. And drag content block here. Say that's the first content. And the images, I have to select quickly some images. Yes. Yes. Nice interior design pictures. That's the first 10 minutes. I'll try to eat some time from the development time, because it really works to see how it looks like. And we have some development here as well. So we're gonna tackle the front end responsive design as well now. Yeah, we need different image than this one. Change the image, select another one. I don't know if we have selected this one before, but yeah, let's select it for now. Yes. And now we have the very first page. And if we click view, that's our home page, or what we have called home page. Now we have ended up by a really nice page. And you can even edit the page here. You can edit content. You can write some new stuff and publish. And that's published with font, with this font, with Google Fonts, our own images. The next nice thing we would like to check is the responsive design as quickly as possible. I'm running out of time. So let's drag another content here, there. Not this one. Okay, let's leave it for now. We can drag just an image. It's annoying, this part, sometimes the mouse. Anyways, so that's published. Okay, yes, annoying trial version. Let's go to here and hit the responsive design. It's a built-in module that handles it. I've created already a rule, and that's the default rule. I haven't created anything different or specific or customized. Just all of this rules is built in. So I've just created a new rule called mobile. I left the built-in devices, and here's the magic that you can tell the Sitefinity, oh yeah, I want to change the 2 columns into 2 rows. I want to turn the 3 columns into something like this. And if you remember, our images at the bottom is 4 columns. So we're going to turn 4 columns into 4 squares, 4 tiles, and 5. We don't care about the 5, or we're going to keep it or even leave it like this. And this group is active. Yes, is active. And notice that when you activate it, it will tell you, yeah, take care, this templates is being applied on. And that's the number of templates applied on. When we go to our page, view, here's our page. Let's test the responsive. I think it's not working now. We need something like hard cache, something. Yeah, here we are. And look at this. Even our squares at the bottom. So you ended up by your design, the layouting you're looking for, and even responsive design, which now Google ranks at the top, without any developer intervention. So returning back to our session, we were here. The other stuff I was going to talk about, but I think we have no time today. Hang on. Sorry, there's a problem with Keynote. That's the first time to happen, but you know, demos is always, this kind of stuff happens on the demos. So yeah, I was going to talk about the form builder and the versioning. The form builder is a simple form builder, so I have no time now to talk about. The form builder is just form builder. You can drag your widget of form builder, and you keep on adding text boxes, multiple choice, whatever in the form, and you end up by form builder that saves to a data list or database in your system automatically without any kind of extra work. The versioning is normal versioning. So yeah, let's have a look. Quick look. Not so much. So yeah, if you go here and revision history, you can see all the version, and you can even return back, roll back to any different version. And believe me, that's one of the things that your customer will like, because most of the time they want to return back and test what has been happening. That's for the versioning. Publish, yeah, publish expiry date. You can turn expiry time to your page, and you can even publish in specific time. Image thumbnail generators. Believe me, I've seen some CMSs which doesn't provide such a nice feature, which I believe that this should be in any CMS. In Sitefinity, you can, when you're creating your images or image libraries, you can define which kind of thumbnails should be created, and you can even set that if each time you're adding one image, you want 3 kinds of thumbnails that to be added. And you can even get benefit of this feature using, if you're working with adaptive design, not only responsive design. So you can call the image and set the width and height in the query when you're calling the image. That's one of the development. I mean, we are going now into the development section, but that has to be mentioned. All of these features you can have videos and articles all around or all about in Sitefinity website and online. So my intent today not to go through all of the stuff. I'm just going very quick through the whole system in order to give you the option or help you to take such a decision. You have to use CMS, or should I recommend it to my client or not? Should I use it as a developer or not? So let's go to the development presentation or slide. So from a developer perspective, you got in the box something called Thunder. Thunder is a module that you can use to add Sitefinity stuff. That's in a quick way all the stuff you get as a developer. So dynamic modules is the Sitefinity term, from my point of view, to create your own tables and data structure. And you can create even relations between these tables. So going very fast through this, let's go here. and there is something called Module Builder, which I'm using most of the time in my projects because I'm a developer. Most of the time we are getting projects that really needs someone to work on development. So let's think about a module. Say we're gonna create our store. So that's store. After creating your module, now you're gonna create your tables, which we call it here content types. So for example, I'm gonna create a table for devices. So this is the device. This is the device title called device widths, which is short text and not required. Create device height. All these options you're gonna get: long text choice, yes or no, all this stuff, and even address. Address is one of the best features in Sitefinity fields. You can create, you can just write your own address and it shows you longitude, latitude, and the map. It's really good, but I haven't set it up in today's session. So yeah, let's create this height, short text. And for example, we're looking for description. This is description. We're looking for long text and rich text editor. Yes, done. And device image. Yeah, related images. Yes. I think I remember that it should be like this. Width and height sometimes cause some trouble. Okay, because I've already created them. To delete them first. Let's create, say, device size. It's all right. Okay, so I've created an image and finish. Activate module, because we have a lot of modules. We have integration with dynamic modules. Integration with other modules. We have CRM. We have integration with. Yeah, I wouldn't want to spoil it up because the integration at the end of the session. So yeah, because we have a lot of integrations which we can create. Every module has to be created separately or activated. Okay, meanwhile, while it's activating the module, let's go to our session again and talk about the asterisk stuff. The asterisk stuff is the stuff which I'm not going to demonstrate by demo, I'll just talk about it. So API layers across all the modules. I'm jumping all these four because those we're gonna move through the demo, but the fifth one is just an article or a reference to it. So what I'm gonna say about its API layer. API layer is they have for each kind of module in Sitefinity, it has its own layers or its own not layers or API helpers. So for example, let's pick one of those. Let's pick, for example, dynamic modules, which we have just created. You can easily find the code for querying dynamic modules or creating dynamic modules. Let's see, pages, for example, create pages. I'm looking for a code. Yeah, this is that kind of code. I'm zooming in to show you. So yes, parent node equal manager to get page node, and you're passing an ID. That's kind of stuff you're looking for. Or here, you're creating a page. Or saving changes. That's for pages. What about events, for example? Here, querying events. And it's very consistent, like Microsoft namespaces. You'll find everything is with its name and manager. So events manager, and this is the manager. And you can query the events like this. Get events where ID equal blah, blah, blah. And this way you can create your own custom modules and your own custom widgets without the need for any in-stock widgets, because you can call the whole modules in Sitefinity through this API, which is across the whole system. So returning back to our demo to see how is the store look like. The very first thing you will like that the store will appear here. So here is the store, as if it's content from these contents. I have news, I have events, I have images, and I have store. And I have store which has devices. So, sorry, let's create a device. So yeah, device. So for example, device 1, this is the device. Details, device size. So for example, if I'm saying it's 5" times 6", whatever, and related images. I can just use here a chair and publish. And now I have device. So what is device? What is that? It's a record. It's a record in the database, in the table. You can query it using the API which we have just mentioned to create one-to-many tables, many-to-many, whatever you want. And you can store stuff here. You can do whatever you want. And by the way, by default, Sitefinity generates a widget for it. Although I haven't been a fan of using this kind of widgets because it's very basic. I usually create my own widgets. But yeah, that's sometimes it's useful when you don't need something different or something very customized. So looking here, we'll find our store just created. And he created, that's another thing in Sitefinity which I really like, that it supports both MVC and web forms. And that's one of the recent things Sitefinity have managed to release, which I think they are ahead of any other Sitefinity in the market. So when I drag the web forms one device and click edit, by default it lists all the devices or all the records, but because we have one, it's only showing one. So for example, I can select one particular device, which is my device. So now I'm activating or using the details template instead of the list template. So now look, it's showing the device image, and even comments. All of this is a template that you can control in the widget templates. So again, I'm running out of time, so I'll not be able to speak a lot about this, but I'm telling you, you can customize the widgets, any widget you're creating through this way. Returning back to our session, we have discussed dynamic modules. Custom widgets, I was going to create custom widgets. Custom widgets are we have seen the built-in widgets and one of the generated widgets, but what if you want to create your own custom widget, something like image with a title underneath, and this image, when you click, it goes to a link. So here's the Visual Studio, and yeah, because of my time, I don't think I'll be able to create custom widgets from scratch, but I'll show you, although I was honestly planning to. Add new item in Sitefinity, and I'm a fan of the MVC module in Sitefinity, so you can create Sitefinity MVC widget with designer and go through this, and it will show you something like that. This is the section where MVC widgets are housed, and it's like any MVC controller model views. I don't need to explain it. It's easy. Here is a very easy sample controller and step 1 widget. And for example, I've created message, or that's built in, so forget about it. So I've created, yeah, let's say this is a controller. This is a property called message, property called next page, and property called background image. So when you create these properties, you already telling Sitefinity to create this kind of settings in the back end, in the widget settings, or in the settings of this widget. And here I'm using my image manager, sorry, API, the Sitefinity API, to get the image which the user set in the property. So in order to show you very quickly, I have 3 minutes left, I don't know how. Let's try to go through it very quickly. Okay, that's custom widgets. Page is opening. I think I can return back to my session till it opens. Okay. We've talked about all of this. MVC or web forms, I've mentioned before, you can use your MVC widgets. You can use web forms widget as well. Sorry, web forms user controls to create your own widgets. And the same for the templates. You can use MVC templates, or you create your master page templates. And you will find enough data online to create this stuff. One of the good things that have been released recently is the Bootstrap. You can use Bootstrap to to start your template on, and you can even create stuff like oh, there's something wrong here. Okay, just refreshing. So yeah, for example, the Bootstrap, the built-in one. I think I'm running virtual machine. It's running low resources, so that might be the problem. But yeah, the Bootstrap is here, and this is the grid system, and you can find all the templates here, and you can even create new stuff and just place it here, and it will be created as a template. If you remember at the beginning of the session, I've created 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns. That's the way you create templates. Okay, so returning back to home page, show you the widget. So this is our widgets, but here the MVC widgets are stacked differently. So that's the widget I've been using, step 1. Let's put it anywhere here. And I'll do edit settings. And I think I'm running out of time at all. So yeah, message. This is my message image. I'm selecting this as background image. That's the widget settings, by the way. And my code will start to work as long as after just clicking save. So that's my code is running. I've just written some stuff behind my code, but this is rendering the image directly. This is how you can create a widget. And you can even, one of the good things I wanted to show you, that's how you think in Sitefinity, is you never think of static pages. You should think about widgets. Where is my next widget? And this is the customer should control. So if we have other pages here, we will select a page from here. So if we have multiple pages, I'm gonna select for the user, this is my next page. And this property, which is called next page, that's one of the things I've created. So I can create 3 or 4 properties, something like step 1 page, step 3 in the booking page, whatever. So it's according to your design, which makes it so flexible. I think I've finished out of time, so I'll work till Richard come very quickly. So yeah, I'll walk through. Yes, Richard, I know I'm out of time. Just give me 1 minute. I'll look through the slides very quickly.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
So yeah. Sorry. Okay. That's not the right time for that. Anyways, let's run from here. So API layer, I've explained it, the MVC and web forms, custom widgets. Lucene.NET Search, for who have used search engines, Lucene is built in Sitefinity. And when you get Sitefinity, you get all the telerik controls and Candy UI controls. It's licensed. The next slide was for advanced developers. Walking through it, custom layouts, I've mentioned it, that you can create your even custom layouts, not just use the Sitefinity layout. Widget settings, I've shown it to you. By the way, in order to create this kind of widget settings, the Thunder can, you just add a new designer, and this Thunder module reflects all the MVC widgets which you have in the project and asks you which MVC controller do you want to add or to reflect its own properties and how would you like to reflect it. And it detects if you've created a property with GID or GUID type, it will ask you, do you want this property to be handled by page or an image or whatever? And that's how I've handled the images and this stuff. Nothing left from here important other than, yeah, web APIs. You can inject web APIs like any other site, the .NET project, but you can still use...
Info slide.
Sorry?
You have to move on to the info slide.
Yeah,
I'm giving you the shepherd's hook. Just...
Yeah. So yeah, I've mentioned the widget-oriented thinking, pages, back-end pages manipulation. The way I've seen how we are manipulating the pages, you can still edit the back-end pages as well the same way. Finally, the integration, it integrates with SharePoint, Google Analytics, Maps, Salesforce, Lucene Search, Dropbox, PayPal. And yeah, I'm running very, very quickly. I'm fat, by the way. I'm not. Yeah. Anyways, thank you. And yeah, I'm waiting your questions. And yeah, hit me. If we have time for questions, of course, Rich. If we don't have, you can just send me over Twitter. Thank you.
Excellent. All right, hang on.
Thank you, Rich.
Or I can do this one.
Now you're wasting my time, by the way. I can complete my slides where we have stopped. We stopped here.
All right. So, are there any questions in the chat room?
There's the questions. Do you have any questions, Rich?
Me personally, no. I had to go and get one of these.
Sure. So no one asked
for
any.
That.
So sure. Okay.
Sorry. Hang on.
It's all right.
I'm good. Oh, there we go. All right. Any existing third-party modules, plugins, and a question about scalability as well.
So yeah, there is some third-party, and they are going on. So for example, there is a company called Aptify. They are integrating membership providers into Sitefinity, and there are a lot in the market. It depends. I mean, yeah, there are some third parties. Yeah.
And how does it work with scalability?
What do you mean by scalability? Load balancers and this kind of stuff?
Or farming and things like that.
Yeah. It's look, at the end, it's not this kind of products which hits the server and a lot of services, and simply you just have a folder which has the web application like any MVC project, and one database which has Sitefinity database, and that's it. So it's very, very similar to any MVC custom project you're creating. So nothing complicated in the setting up and installation. So whatever you are doing with your normal applications, you can do with Sitefinity. And by the way, one of the really good things that they have database caching for all the codes you're creating by default. So you don't need to worry about the database caching. It's already cached by default.
All right, and we'll do one more, and then I'm going to have to wrap it up so I can switch for the next session. And that is, does it support authenticating content authors via AAD?
What's
as in Azure Active Directory?
Yes, I think so. It supports Azure from even the point of search. And I think, yeah, you can customize the authentication this way. I'm not sure. I need to check it, but I think so.
Okay, and Stephen's question about Umbraco is probably a bit too wide to cover in the 1 minute you've got left. So
Umbraco.
Yeah.
Sure. Just
you
send
can
me.
answer that one
Just
in
send
the channel.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up there.
Send it to me. Yeah, sure.
Everyone, thank you, Bishoy. Thank you very much. I'm going to kill the session here. Feel free to carry on chatting in the chat channel briefly, and I'll let you know when we're about to start the next session as well, audience. So I will see you in a few minutes.
Thank you.
And thank you again, Bishoy.
Thank you. Thank you for all of you.